guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my favorite fall fragrances. Super excited to share this video with you guys. Before we get into it, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out a lot here on YouTube. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, which for me personally means that I can finally monetize, which is a goal of mine for this year. Please do not forget to do that, and if you enjoy the content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up too. It really helps me out a lot here on YouTube as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So if you don't know, now you know that fall is my favorite time of the year. So I had to do my favorite fall fragrances for women. Get into 3 that I would consider to be more non-traditional in general, and then also for fall. So the first one is gonna be Lavo's Thé Noir 29. So I talked about this, I have a whole video on it. This is kind of a green fragrance, not traditionally green. Can definitely smell the black tea notes, and I think the black tea in here helps it be a fall scent. I would say this is a clean but dark scent. It's not a safe blind buy. If you have a Lavo store, go ahead and go in, smell this one. If you live near Nordstrom, a lot of Nordstroms actually have Lavo counters, or you can actually get a sample. I don't know if it's free or not on the Lavo site, but definitely recommend trying this one. And I do think that this one is pretty unisex in my opinion. This would smell good on a man or a woman, but that's gonna be more in the cleaner. I'm gonna put it in the clean category, the more cleaner, you know, side of fall. But I think the black tea makes it very fall appropriate. I'm gonna throw this one in here, and I'm gonna have to eat my words. I did a whole review about how much I hated this, guys, and I love it. Okay, and I love it. This is Scarlet Poppy by Jo Malone. I should have got the bigger bottle. This is good year round. This is definitely a clean, musky scent, but not overly powdery at all. It still has a crispness to it, and I think that's why it reminds me of fall. It has a crispness to it that is kind of reminds me of like apple picking, or being like at an apple orchard. It doesn't have apple notes in it. I want to be clear about that, but that crispness that's in here kind of reminds me of that. But it is heavily accompanied by a muskiness that is also in this. But if you're in the mood for a clean scent on a fall day, this would be something I would recommend. Or if you just like clean scents in general, highly recommend Scarlet Poppy. I have to put this one in here. I haven't been reaching for it as much since it's cooled down, but I have to put this one in here because I can't live without it. I can't live without it. This is the All Saints Sunset Riot. A lot of people are saying that this is the dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. Unfortunately, I still don't think I've smelled Baccarat Rouge in person, so I would hate to say or tell you guys that this is a dupe for that one. I really just don't know. But looking at the notes and looking at other people's reviews, etc., I would probably say that it is a pretty good dupe. It's $79, and they now sell this at Ulta. I was looking at the Ulta website online, and they're selling this at Ulta now. So I don't know if they have it in store, but it's definitely worth checking out. $79 compared to Baccarat Rouge, and this is good for fall because it's sweet. So if you're someone that likes, you know, overly sweet fragrances, and I won't say this is not overly sweet. To me, like Prada candy is too sweet. It's just straight sugar to me. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's not overly sweet. It's very complex and sensual, mysterious, but still very pleasant. Like you want to be next to someone who's wearing this. So I will say that if you like sweet fragrances, but you either want to tone it down, try something new, or if you just want to wear whatever you want to wear this time of the year, Sunset Riot I think is a good alternative for you. I will probably be reaching for this, although admittedly not as much as I'll be reaching for my other ones, but I wanted to put this one in here because I do think that this is a beautiful scent to wear any time of the year, including the fall time. So a couple of ones that I wanted to mention. I've mentioned these before. This is Dolce Gabbana, the only one. So if you guys can tell, I bought this like last last fall. I'm halfway done. I used the heck out of this, guys, last winter. It smells like coffee. And if you know, I'm addicted to coffee. This has to have a note of coffee in it somewhere, or something that's giving it that vibe, because if you like the smell of coffee, you'll like this. Now, what I will say is they have the only one, and they have the only one intense. I was looking at the notes the other night. Those are not the same fragrances. Like, they have a different, like almost completely different notes in there. So I almost bought the only one intense thinking that it would be a more intense version of this. No, so until I go and smell that one in person, I'm not gonna be able to buy that, but highly, highly, highly recommend this. Like, this makes me happy and cozy, and just like, you could wear this whenever, but I like to wear this at night, you know, and just like, I don't know, it's a good vibe. It makes me feel good to wear this. So if you like coffee, I don't see how you can go wrong with this, but I really, really like this one by Dolce Gabbana, the only one. Next, I've talked about this before too. This is Tom Ford's Noir. This is actually the only Tom Ford scent that I have. And every time I wear this, someone stops me. This is definitely a scent for the cooler months. Definitely. I would not wear this in spring or summer, because it's very dark and mysterious. This is dark. Out of all the ones I'm going to talk about today, this is the dark heavy hitter, if you want to say. Dark, very sexy. I'm gonna find some of the notes in this one. So in this one is ginger, bitter orange, mandarin orange, and bergamot. We already know bergamot, I love it. And if you're also noticing, I really like the combo of orange and bergamot together. I seem to gravitate towards that for some reason. Middle notes: rose, orange blossom, jasmine, coffee. Base notes: vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and mastic. I don't really know what that is, but this is not as sweet as YSL Libre Intense. I've did a whole video on that. Depending on when they go up, you'll see it before or after, but this is not as sweet. This is more darker, leaning a little bit more masculine, although I would say this is still feminine, but it's just not as sweet. This reminds me of like a cold winter day, or a really cold like autumn day with a leather jacket. And I hate to say that leather, because I don't want you to think that this is oudy or leathery in any way, because it's not. But that's what this reminds me of. Also, this is a scent that's going to stay in your clothes for a couple of days, you know what I mean? So this one definitely has the longevity, and highly, highly recommend Tom Ford Noir. And then last but not least, I have a whole video on these, so I won't go into complete detail, but both of these, YSL Intense and then the YSL Libre, the normal one, both are good for fall. If you prefer one or the other, you know, do you, boo boo, but I have to put both of these in here because this was what I was wearing like 85% of the time last fall. Between, actually, these three was what I was wearing last fall. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But honestly, every fragrance that I've mentioned in this perfume, in this video, I really am in love with. Really just depending on my mood, what I'm wearing, what I'm doing, etc. is when I'll change it up. But I hope that the video was useful for you guys. Let me know what fragrances you guys are currently enjoying. If it's cold where you are, have you already switched to like your more fall, autumn, winter, etc. perfumes? Really curious to hear about what you guys are wearing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.